Good. I think collectively, as a QB room as a whole, I think we've done pretty good first couple of days. Obviously, you can't get a real full look with no full pads yet, so it's a little tougher. But I thought QBs would look good the first couple of days.
What have you gotten better at? What did you work on in the off season?
In the off season, worked on the lower body a little bit, being able to move my hips to get some more power into my throws. That and just consistency, same old things I've been working on. Consistency, spiral, shorter routes more than the deeper routes.
How's the battle this year different than last year?
I think it's pretty similar actually. Going in and having us both played, and well, I guess last year we had COVID, which we started, and then we had a little lull, and then another restart. But it's been pretty similar. It's feels like spring too. Just everyone's getting pretty equal reps, and you just got to show what you can do.
Was last year like a blur a little bit? I mean, just this tiny spot on the calendar that actually happened, but not sure what you take out of it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it, actually. Yeah, I mean, it was, we're starting, then we're not playing, and we're watching other people play, and we're kind of like, what's going on? Why can't we play? And then, only getting to play 6 games after, working however many months to only get 6 opportunities to play, kind of put a damper on the season a little bit. But, a couple of finishes of the games where we probably could have done better, come out with the win. Really, I think that's haunting us a little bit. We've really been focusing on, how are we going to finish? How are we going to finish to win? That's kind of been our theme past spring to right now. Too.
I say, I mean, what do you take out of last year that you personally can apply and as a team can apply to this year?
I'll say, sometimes there's some circumstances that aren't in your control, and it's how are you going to respond? How are you going to bounce back? And we kind of with all the COVID stuff, you can't really. You kind of got to do what they say, but how are you going to respond? That goes with football too. Sometimes. Offense may turn the ball over. Defense, what are you going to do? Like, you got to go in there and play. Defense might give up a touchdown. Offense, you got to go back in. What are you going to do? How are you going to respond? So just kind of that theme really, I think, applies very well.
What do you think the key is to getting this thing turned around and getting back to the bowl game?
I would say consistency, really. Like, when we're on, we can move the ball. We can stop anyone. And we just got to be able to put all that through 4 quarters. And if we can do that, I think we'll be a very good team.
Is this a friendly competition? I mean, you guys helping each other out?
Yeah, we're all friends. I think I say this a lot every year, but when you're in the same room as all these guys, and it'd be pretty crappy if we weren't friends, and you'd have a pretty miserable time. But we're all friends. We like to joke around and have fun, and the competition, brings out the best out of all of us, because, we really got to be on our A game all the time. And but yeah, it's friendly. We help each other out, and it's a good thing to do.
Not a new group of receivers, because you got David back and some other guys, but just size up that position. What are you seeing, and maybe some of the younger kids that might be stepping up.
Yeah, obviously when you lose number 4, it's a lot of yards going off the table, but. We got a very, very good receiver, very good. Obviously, David Bell is very good, and the young guys are coming in and they're learning the plays really well, because it's like something they've never seen before. So, but we'll be solid at receiver. We got some dudes there.
Brock Thompson, one of those guys.
Yeah, Brock's doing good. He's learning the playbook real well, and he's coming in. Obviously, he's got some game experience from what I know, and so he brings a little bit of a veteran leadership kind of to the room too as well.
When healthy, Marshawn Rice can bring what to the receiver group?
Some explosive plays. Yeah, Marshawn, I love Marshawn. He's done a lot of work from the spring. He really looked good in the spring, and he's one of the hardest workers on the team, and just a really good kid. I love Marshawn. He can bring some big plays, some consistency. He's got really good hands, and he knows what to do. He's always in the right spot. So he's a guy that we can rely on.
Even without pads on, the defense has kind of been, picking up the intensity against you guys. How have the quarterbacks kind of tried to put it on themselves to kind of match that energy on the offensive side? Yeah, so we're, as a quarterback, you got to be the leader of the squad, and we really are trying to be vocal out there. All of us are trying to be leaders out there, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. And as the quarterback goes, this team will go. So if we're playing good, then the team will be good, and if we're not, then we're not going to be so good. So
we know that, and we put pressure on ourselves and we try to, lead by example, and then we're trying to all be a little bit more vocal as well.
What can you apply from these battles that you've had, not just in camp, but throughout the season the last couple of years?
It's, you got to bring it every play, and if you don't, then you might not be playing. So I would say that's the biggest thing, is you got to come to play every day. You got to be sharp, you got to be focused, and that's the way you should play this position.
Is Brian charting anything different this year? Has he added any piece to kind of the whole evaluation process, or is it coming down to the same things that he's kind of always looked at for the last 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, so he, I think it was maybe a year and a half ago, he started charting on every play we do, grading every play, and it evolves a little bit just to make the grading maybe a little bit more fair, just kind of some of those stuff. But yeah, it's the same thing. We get graded on every play, and I think that really makes us better.